I'm picking up my dog's poo. I just want everybody to know I've picked up my dog's poo. If you've just moved into a neighborhood, your neighborhood HOA may tell you to go ahead and download the Nextdoor app. It's an app that was created in 2008, allowing neighbors to get connected to one another that normally wouldn't have. And in some cases, it probably wasn't the best idea to get to know some of your neighbors. As you'll see in the posts that I'm sharing with you today, some of them are funny, some of them are downright rude, and other ones are just ridiculous. And if you don't like snarky type content, this probably won't be for you, because every Sunday morning, me and my family read aloud the Nextdoor posts, the most funny Nextdoor posts, and we do it in the voices that we think the people sound like when they made the post. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to be reading you the pet posts on Nextdoor. Some neighbors are just really proud of their pets. Let's see your cats. Here's one of ours. His name's Chubbs. Have you seen my cat? She's not lost, but everyone should see her. Some people complain because neighbors decide to groom their cats for them. Stop brushing my cat. To the person who assumes my cat is homeless, he's not. Recently, he's been coming home looking especially groomed for a rough and tumble outside cat. His fur feels luxurious, but I'm salty because he doesn't even let me brush him. I've saved him from the needle and adopted this traitor 6 years ago, so please leave my giant ginger Jack alone. I've ordered a new tag. The tag says, "To the stranger that is brushing my cat, stop." Not only are neighbors brushing cats, they're also washing them. Somebody washed my cat with smelly men's shampoo. My cat, Monfongo, walks freely in the neighborhood. Tonight I see the poor animal suffers with an odor around him. He stinks a lot of human deodorant. He's not feeling good. Please don't do it. He is not a toy. Your stupid Western ideas of being clean and smell with cosmetics is not fun for cats at all. Your neighbor, Maria. I have to agree on her on this. If it's not your animal, don't wash it. Don't wash somebody else's pet. Lost cat found in SC Moore Park, ST, near the LA River last night. She was hungry and thirsty. 4 large tuna cans, a gallon of milk. She has no name collar and seems to be very playful. If you know the owners, please notify. I have fed her, cleaned her, and ready to go home. Hope to God that this woman was joking. That's not a cat. It's a mountain lion. It's a pretty one. It looks pretty playful. Some posts you wonder if they're really serious or not. Harassment cat. For the past 3 weeks, a cat has been following me on daily walks. I'm worried that the owner may have trained the cat to follow people and rob them when they get home. Bobcat? Question mark. This bobcat showed up at my house this morning around 6:45, creating quite a stir with my dog. Wondering if it's a bobcat, as I heard that there was another sighting in the area. I took a couple of videos so you could see it better, but in my humble opinion, I think it's a bobcat, as I've never seen a cat behind my house. Squirrels apparently are a problem in many people's neighborhoods. Who lost their drunk squirrel? Apparently it passed out on one of our deck posts. Goofy squirrels. I'm not sure, but I think some squirrels are getting high off of mushrooms in my yard. I've observed them chasing each other up and down the tree, not usual, but also jumping up and down and doing somersaults in the grass. These same squirrels have been munching on some blackish mushrooms near the tree. Conclusion? An aggressive squirrel tried to attack us while walking on Citadel by the creek around 8 a.m. Bold squirrel knocking on my patio door. Literally at first I thought it was a cat getting into mischief. Nope. This dude was knocking and banging on my glass door. Was not concerned about my cats. The cats were unimpressed with him. Did not even move when opening the door. I was afraid he'd run inside the house. When I went out to the patio, he just scooted up to the table and maybe 2 feet from me, looking right at me and protesting. I think he was upset that the birds hadn't dropped enough food for him. My conclusion is those squirrels have been eating those black mushrooms, then jumped over to the neighbor's house, got on her patio door, started knocking on the window looking for help, to realize that that lady wasn't going to help her, and then went over in a drunken stupor and passed out on that neighbor's fence post. What do you think? Be alert. Dog barking. Just curious, how many barks outside is acceptable? Is it 30 seconds? 5 minutes? 30 minutes? I dare say there is no acceptable amount of time in the middle of the night that a dog should be barking. If you have a dog and you live in a neighborhood, bring the dog inside if it's gonna bark all night. It's rude. Need to rehome a dog. Small terrier tends to bark a lot. If interested, let me know and I'll jump over the neighbor's fence and I'll get it for you. Some people just want you to know some things. Dog. There was a lady walking a dog this morning. Unnecessarily creeping. I understand not everyone is responsible in picking up after their dogs. And maybe you've had issues with this before, but it's unnecessary for you to come outside and overly state, then declare that you are making sure that the poop is getting picked up. It's incredibly creepy. I'm picking up my dog's poo. I just want everybody to know I've picked up my dog's poo. These are for all the other animals in your neighborhood. Be kind. Have people forgotten that the virus is a living entity? As a vegan and a humanitarian, I welcome all refugees of species. And yes, that includes the coronavirus. Someone stopped by the dispensary. Do gophers eat marijuana plants? Just trying to figure something out. Thanks. Somebody's ex is a little snake in the grass. Snake. Anyone recognize this snake? Looks like my ex. Some people are just horsing around. Got up to get a drink of water at 2 a.m. and saw this. I think this one deserves a wig because it makes me laugh. Can I sue my beekeeper neighbor? Every day I see my neighbor's bees flying around my garden, stealing the pollen and nectar from my flowers. Then the bees go back to my neighbor and creates honey. My neighbor then harvests the honey and sells it at the Pepper Place market for profit. I've never so much as received a jar of honey as compensation. And every day my neighbor's bees trespass and steal my flowers. I was stung once when I was a child, so I know how dangerous bees can be. The way I see it, this is the equivalent to a person's dog coming into my yard and stealing balls or tools, then gives it back to his owners when they sell it for a profit. Do I have any legal ground to sue? What types of things should I begin documenting in order to prepare for a legal battle? What would be a fair settlement amount if my neighbor does not want to take this to court? Thanks for the help. I'm no lawyer, but I can pretty much tell you, I don't think you can sue for bees taking your pollen. Deer. My dog just saw a deer. Possum on the fence. Is this normal? I don't know if you can put this in the animal category, but it was too funny not to share. Pool etiquette. Asking for a friend. But is it cool to clip your toenails at the pool? I understand it's not posted in the rules at the pool, but surely it's just common sense not to do so. I can't. There are several pages that are dedicated to the posts of Nextdoor. You can find them on Facebook, Twitter, and even on Reddit. And that's where I got these posts from. I might have thrown in one or two of my neighborhood because they crack me up. That was my stomach. If you have any super funny Nextdoor app posts that you want to share with me, please let me feature them. All my contact information is in the description. If you haven't yet, go ahead and make sure you subscribe because the next one we're going to be talking about is going to be all about the crazy neighbor complaints. My name is Kristina Smallhorn, your real estate whisperer, and I tell you all this because you matter.